As always, please retry the question before watching the video. Two things you need to know to be able to answer this question. If you don't know the answers, please add them to your cheat sheet, master them, and go back 5 before continuing in this video. What is the RC for understanding questions? RC is, which means recognized category, is that they actually ask you a question. Okay. There are several categories in the understanding grouping. Literals is the one that we're dealing with right here. But for every category in the understanding grouping, the WTD is going to be as literal as possible. And that's the WTD for understanding questions. So when it actually asks you a question, instead of just giving you a question prompt, which is the same and every time they ask it, if it actually asks you a question, then you're dealing with an understanding question. And that's what we have here. So let's jump in number 3 with those in mind, being as literal as possible in what it's asking. So we need to figure out what it's asking. The writer wants to emphasize the positive experience diners have had at Atala's restaurant. Which choice best accomplishes that goal? So, thrilled diners. That is positive, and almost certainly our correct answer. Mystified diners. Maybe, but definitely nowhere near as positive as thrilled. Shocked diners. That sounds negative, not positive, so we can eliminate C. Startled is negative, not positive, and B is definitely nowhere near as good as A, and therefore A is confirmed our correct answer. If this made sense to you, please go ahead and add it to your worksheet. Write what you learned along with the answer on the explanation side, and continue on to do the remaining literals questions that you missed on this test. If this is the final literals question that you missed on this test, please go ahead and do the literals mastery until you get 10 questions correct in a row before coming back and continuing with the next category that you miss the most of.